There's admins be speedy. We're straight in. Pistol's already underway. Exciting stuff. T-side for wings up. TYLOO on the defense. And Mercury's got the dualies. I love it.
Kaze's got dualies himself, and actually spotted and dealt with very quickly. Okay, that was just supposed to be the probe there for wings up. They perform a wrap now towards A, and they're getting chewed out through the side of the smoke. Players are not the names you would expect, so this will be a little confusing. But wings up have spawn control, but that flash is beautiful. Thing is, Gas can only get one, and now it's dangerous. Trying to be a man that lives up to his name. 1 versus 3 from here, and Kaze's still backing himself away. So this is looking a little feisty. aumaN getting into the corner, but Kaze's trying to play his life as well. Just, they do not want to give this man too much territory, too much ground. They're even pincering in from behind, and that's that Mercury dualies that could see a little bit of action. But TYLOO are playing a little bit scared here, just trying to play off each other's contact. But Kaze finding good timing, and TYLOO taking the pistol after wings up tried to pull the wool over their eyes.
Yeah, I mean, ours as well with these names. It's going to be a little bit funky. Maybe we can try and dissect this as we go along.
I feel like dangerous has to be risk. I feel like it's the most one-to-one name of them.
well, we'll see.
I'm reaching here.
It could be. And that leaves, what, Marek and Child King.
Who's H, who's V? And why have you done this?
I don't know why they're doing this. I don't like this. I want this to end. I'm a TYLOO fan. I know who's playing. Apart from Mosaic. Apparently I didn't know he wasn't playing, but... Apart from that, at least we can see the names. It's just a full eco here from Wings Up. That's why we're having a bit of fun. And not even any util, so... They're just going to sit back, take it slow. That TYLOO burns some nades. And even a kill here would be a result, I think.
That would be a crazy crossing of paths. ZywOo joins TYLOO, and then you could have TYWOO.
These are the anime narratives I need.
You know, a weird crossover story. The admins actually got out of the tech polls so quickly I had to turn off my SpongeBob drill music, so...
Wow.
The AI future is here, and you've just got to either put up or shut up, I guess. It's surprising. It goes surprisingly hard.
Problem with AI is they keep doing that AI commentary. Like, not in my lifetime. Not happening. I don't want that. Ooh, okay, 1 kill for Wings Up. JamYoung's a little bit low, and he's getting a quite frisky. Oh. 3 kills? I'm actually stunned. That is a result that's going to put TYLOO's money in a bad spot if they lose this round. It's a full reset. Wings Up. They be dangerous on the clocks.
The good news was that they did keep dualies out, so I don't think they didn't commit as heavily as they could have into that first buy. So they actually still do have rifles and a lot of utility here on TYLOO. Like Kaze was still running around with his dualies. You know, they were taking some risks in that capacity. If Wings Up had actually gone for the force buy, it could have been maybe even worse. But going to this gun round, it's actually pretty even in terms of the amount that the players can exchange for map control. And Inferno's all about map control. Not a lot of initiative.
I'm going to work out who's who.
Yeah, it's...
You can
I tried
do
to
it.
look at the HLTV scoreboard.
I found a system. HLTV scoreboard has the real names. So as long as I get them in the right order, I can solve this mystery.
Does seem pretty behind. I was also looking, but we'll get to the bottom of it eventually.
It adds some mystery, some annoyance, honestly. That's the word I'm going to go for.
Almost going to move to allure, but yeah, no, annoyance is probably the right A word. But it's the B bomb site that Wings Up are currently set up towards, and it's a full execute, primed and ready to go. Smoke's over, the Molotov as well, flushing Advent out, but he's sitting inside of the Molotov, and he didn't move a muscle. Knew he was burning to a crisp, but was recovering from a flash and didn't want to go out swinging. aumaN, though, a double, and that will allow TYLOO a real fighting chance coming in for this retake. A man up for it.
So many nades. Resmoke goes on CT, but these Wings Up players feel like they have to fight. It's just gas. We know he's good. One of the better players on this team, but that was always going to be too much to ask. So good retake. Bomb plant, though, should mean Wings Up can buy again. And I have solved the first part of the Rubik's Cube.
Okay.
Dangerous is Child King.
Okay.
I've got that news for you.
Right, yep.
2 more to solve.
All right.
Risk and Marek.
We will put it together. Risk and Marek. Well, considering the lower ADR, I'd have... Actually, Tech 9? Okay, no, V also swapped away.
That's true. I'll get it soon off who has no ADR after round 2.
But really nice hold there from aumaN on that B bomb site. That newer addition, but a veteran player for TYLOO. Even when Advent dies for basically nothing. Kept TYLOO in it. This is the new version of the boost. Doesn't require as much elevation from that boosting player, but Flying will be able to get access to the A apartments. This is the thing with TYLOO on Inferno. It can be a bit of a snooze. They do like just playing within bomb sites a lot. So I'm kind of hoping Wings Up exploit that at some point or another.
Clearly want to pop out of apartments with Boiler. Here we go. Flash through the mid-smoke. Need to get more aggressive, though. Cannonader down. There's 4 players here for TYLOO, and you're not going to be rooting JamYoung here out of the pit. Clean hold, 5 alive. Child King here, not looking so dangerous. Maybe he can find anything in this round. And he can't. That's a perfect hold. Doesn't get better than that.
Yeah, they kind of threw an initial probe over towards B, but called it quits, and then TYLOO just decided, yep, well, we can play 4A from here on out. We still have top banana control. There's no one really threatening it anymore, and even though Wings Up were primed for the burst, TYLOO had all the util available to basically stop them in their tracks, so... This is the thing. TYLOO love playing within bomb sites. They like playing far back, and they do it so much that they've become damn good at it. So, Wings Up are going to have to offer a little bit more than that. Like this from aumaN. No smoke towards the bottom of B, but still willing to challenge. And as that smoke is thrown out, Child King drops his guard. He was drawing util himself. aumaN continuing to perform. And right now, it just feels like TYLOO are just too strong for Wings Up to really deal with.
It might have almost been muscle memory from Child King. You're just so used to there being a smoke down, you don't even consider the possibility that it's an open fight. There's a player down banana. TYLOO have ceded banana control. They're leaning 4A, which now is looking a little bit risky. They don't need to do this. Advent has 1 Molotov to buy time. But for now, they're pretty committed. That molly goes down. Here comes the flash for Mercury. Flash is good. First is killed. Is traded, but that's information, so... Smoke goes down on banana. TYLOO can readjust. I like what I'm seeing. They're playing a little bit passive, but they're always in the right place at the right time at the moment.
Yeah. Re-navigating back to a 2-2 split, and once again, it seems to be the right call. Once that once all the utilities dried up here for Advent, needed a bit of backup. But now that the smokes are down, they're a little awkward because they're playing behind them inside the pit, but they're flashed up and a double kill on the entry. That's exactly what Wings Up needed. They breach in with a man advantage. Best looking round from Wings Up yet.
They're going to commit to this? Guess
try.
now. First kill for JamYoung. That is beautiful. Player in Emo is so low. And there's a HE here on JamYoung. He's going to go instead onto New Box. There it is. One player remaining. Kit on JamYoung 2. Still looking towards new box. He just naded there. And that is the kill. And I believe this is Marek. Good stuff from the IGL.
Right. Okay. We've pieced it all together. V was ulting, and that's Risk's role, so it's all beginning to make sense. But that actually seemed like a round that TYLOO should have had. Kind of surprised that both players playing behind that smoke, one's not playing anti in any capacity. Like, no flashes came over there for Wings Up, and they both get caught. So, kind of a Hail Mary play there from Wings Up. Had to dart through smokes to find those kills, but they catch TYLOO slipping.
I guess the fear is they have no money in reserve. It's still a good buy from TYLOO. Lose this. And we're back on pistols. Advent's going to open up. Where's that? That's on banana. Child King down. Another man advantage for TYLOO. They've been so consistent getting these opening kills. And it's got to be said, banana, at least early round, is looking very nice for TYLOO. They're getting control. They're getting frags. And yet again, they love this 4A lean, even without banana control. And I don't know, man. It could be a little bit silly this time.
Well, he got the smoke down. Advent, once again, once he's used all that utility, calling over Kaze, reeling him back in. And JamYoung's actually making his way downtown to join them, so they seem to have the right read this time here on TYLOO. Thing is, will JamYoung get there in time? Molotov's breaking into that back of the bomb site. The flashes are great. Kaze inside the flames and having to jump away from them, gets caught, and that double entry will happen again. JamYoung did arrive, but all too late. His teammates die, and this time, TYLOO, it's feeling like a save is on order.
I guess there's a kit down on the site, but how do you get it? Got to give this one up. TYLOO had a 3-man stack on the B-bomb site and get 1 kill. That's just not going to be enough, is it? Not going to be enough. Molotov made it awkward for Kaze. Should have just committed, I guess, pillar or here towards dark. And his teammates flustered. Player coming through the CT smoke. Another one around first oranges. Not on the same page, TYLOO. And it's a similar story, I guess, to the previous round, isn't it? So,
yeah.
Maybe they need a quick pause just to... these B-side players might need a quick discussion about... we need to play together a little bit better because we can't be giving up man advantages this easily.
We're getting to see the strength of those set pieces I was talking about in the pre-show, though. I mean, Wings Up have caught all the players on B continuously by flashes and Molotovs. Like, Advent burning at the back of New Box, them playing double pool and getting hit by the flash. Like, Wings Up at the moment are throwing exactly what they need to into these bomb sites to breach in, and we haven't seen TYLOO actually offer up much of a reaction. Like, no counter Molotov, no counter utility. Nobody's able to sort of dodge the nades, so to speak. So Wings Up for those entries are looking fierce.
Trying for the opening. Flashbang for aumaN, but just doesn't catch Child King at all in towards logs. What have we got here? A bit of a mid-probe. No dice.
Shot.
Yeah. But it's still good. It's still a man advantage. Applying so much pressure. Whittling down the little nades. Available here for TYLOO, and unless Mercury can get a couple cheeky frags from up here, this is going to be all she wrote. Free for Wings Up, and give them credit. They've pulled themselves right back into the first half.
Yeah, with TYLOO having so many reps coming into this map.
Yeah, it's true. For those unaware, why didn't you tell them what was going on earlier?
Well, I'll have to remember the scoreline because it got ridiculous to a point.
28 or something?
Yeah, 28 to 26 on Inferno versus the Mongols, and I'll keep it frank with you. The rounds that the Mongols were winning off of TYLOO were way more scrappy. You know, less execute dependent, less success getting entries. It was back and forth trades, weird clutches, crazy rounds, in all honesty. And that's what LAN Asia Counter-Strike can offer you. But TYLOO need to readjust, even angle themselves back into online play, and they looked good at the start. I mean, they were honestly a cut above what Wings Up were offering, but now that the success of the executes has come in, now there's a bit of fear, I think, trickling down the backs of TYLOO. They know they're vulnerable. These guys are not infallible. Like, I think they've lost not too long ago to New Happy. They've played close series against that team. I think Steel Helmet's another one. You know, they're not cemented as the top. I mean, they're cemented as a sort of a top 3 team in China, but I think there's a couple contenders that are sort of budding for that position. TYLOO a little vulnerable.
In the pudding. Let's see who joins Lin Vision in Chengdu. Long smoke down. Just leaves Mercury all on his lonesome. Goes anti-flash. I think he's getting a flash from his teammate. Perhaps. Actually, no, I think that was probably a Molotov. Either way, trade is through. Kaze's going to rotate to join his teammates. The A site is bolstered. Moto smoke. Kaze's got to come through this, and he does. To help out JamYoung. Counter smoke on short. There's a lot of util in the way of these T-side players, and for the moment, they're stalling out a little bit. aumaN's going to start flanking. Good trade onto JamYoung, but kaze stays alive on the site. There's so much going on as aumaN comes through. 4 kills for Gas. And now it's on Advent, the in-game leader, to save them.
Called them over for the stack as well, but now has to come up big for this clutch. The kit should be somewhere on the path to the bomb site, probably nearby where aumaN fell. But with that smoke down, things are a little bit awkward. Now fading and instantly railed. It's not the full ace there from Gas, but he does most of the heavy lifting on this A play. Another nice little set piece. Get themselves some brackets control after the opening kill. And that quick collapse onto the A bomb site, even with the reinforcements that TYLOO sent, it still wasn't enough.
That was just carnage. Absolute madness.
Gas got his 4th kill with a Glock.
Yeah. There was a bit of kind of a common trend here, though, in these site defenses from TYLOO. It just feels flustered. I'm not seeing, you know, this player takes contact, this player takes the fight, the player takes contact, you know, maybe they're the pit player, they hide for a second. You know, you saw it there. JamYoung was wide in pit. He was all the way out. Kaze is on the site. There's smokes all over the place. He can't get a good fight. Player comes through the moto smoke. It's a bit of a mess. And looks similar to a lot of these B holds, honestly, where we're not getting good fights off. So whatever the issue, could be fatigue, honestly, given they've already played an absolute marathon game of Inferno. But this has gone from a perfect start to TYLOO to right back in Wings Up favor.
It's always felt like a vulnerability about TYLOO. The fact they play so passive. Sure, they keep a bunch of util for after plants, but when they're jumping into your face like that, yeah, maybe it's sometimes the protocol just kind of breaks down. They're not anticipating these quick bursts, but good stuff so far here from Wings Up. More Molotovs on that bomb site. Advent making quick work to vacate, but they're actually succeeding in finding opening kills. A lovely shot there from JamYoung, and Advent at the back of the bomb site still proving to be a nuisance and finding and collecting on so much damage. 1 versus 2. Started as a 1 versus 3 here for Risk, but getting that bomb planted. aumaN just jumps straight through, but the no-scope, it connects, but Risk just cannot line up the follow-up. Oh, it's a scrappy affair. This is, again, a hectic round, but TYLOO on pistols, finding it over Wings Up.
This game's cooking up a treat. That was... I love it. That was beautiful, for all the wrong reasons. Yeah. That was absolutely beautiful. That is my guilty pleasure, seeing rounds like that. I don't know what was going on. Players coming through the smoke. Guys, we're in CS2. You can burst that smoke if you've got a HE. JamYoung's shot was honestly... I'll think about that at night. That was that was absolutely savage.
Yeah, saw him for a split second between smokes and just his mind did the rest.
Oh, I love that man. Beautiful stuff. And, you know, just as we were casting doubt saying TYLOO that these site holds are starting to fall apart, they win an absolute ripper. Granted, this round isn't off to a zinger. As admin hits the deck. aumaN goes down too. So, TYLOO, why do you do this to me? You win the unlikely round and right back in the dirt.
What's life without a bit of give and take? Give you something nice and then take it away. It's probably not the right use of the phrase.
It's a risky world.
A cruel one, maybe. Well, they did find a meaty HE onto a couple wings up players, but that's about all the damage they've done so far to the attack. JamYoung collecting on a frag as the player tried to cheat his way out to the bomb site. JamYoung long-range spray, and he just could not convert on a following frag. Risk is on fire with this AWP. Found 2 openers, and now as well securing the bomb site for his squad. All that's left is Kaze to run and save. Tail tucked between his legs to hold on to this AWP, because Wings Up once again succeed in taking bomb sites.
T-side AWPing as well. Not necessarily easiest, especially in CS2 on Inferno.
I don't even know if he had backup on Banana. I think he picked it and just kept fighting logs. I don't think I saw another soul with him.
He's had enough of their aggression, and, you know, he's seen a good few rounds of TYLOO taking Banana. Maybe he started to realize that they're not using a lot of flashes here. They're just facing. Kaze might be not long for this world. Gets the first. Maybe a bit further out, these two, so... Ooh, I just stopped fighting Kaze, you'll be alright. There we go. Pulls it through.
I don't know if Risk read his safe position, or whether he was just, you know, running around
thinking
of
a bit, so...
Yeah.
A bit lackadaisical.
Had his gun drawn and everything, but...
Not
to rebuy the ult,
but... Was it 0-4 start?
Yeah.
They've won plenty of gun rounds. Honestly, this pause is probably a little late, isn't it, for TYLOO? They needed this couple gun rounds ago. And, oh, I guess their buy decision is on the edge, isn't it? Because Kaze could drop maybe 2 guns, and they go in.
2 more rounds and a half as well, so you fully commit here. You're going to run in with a weird buy next round, but you have no guarantees you hold on to this ult for the following round as well. So... yeah, they're going to go for it. This is the best the buy is going to look, with the guarantee that they have via that saved AWP.
Talk to me about Risk, because where did he come from? I haven't seen this player before he's been in Wings Up.
Yeah, he was kind of a guy that was circulating on some lower level teams. I think NSN, which is Never Say Never, and Lord Rabbit.
Oh, yes. The best.
Always willing to take fights, and, you know, his name is Risk. You know, I'd wager that's how he likes to live his life, and yeah, he's doing exactly that here as well. So
this looks awkward. Advent's here, but he's just got a 5-7. Mollies start raining down. I'm not sure these players are very long for this one. Take Banana, actually, at TYLOO. There's so much util landing. Such a thin choke point. Backing off. They do get out of dodge. I'm pretty stunned. Smoke's going to block. And I think, TYLOO, you got away with that one. 4-on-4. You've just reminded me of the Lord Rabbit logo. That's why I was so excited.
yeah,
It's truly incredible.
like a rocket ship.
Definitely win the award of best branding in Asian ECL.
Yeah.
Are they still playing? Are they still going?
I don't think so. I think that team died a slow death. Picked apart. Aristo dealt with. You know, he joined TYLOO for a moment, but not this TYLOO, the old TYLOO. Because this new one's having some struggles against Wings Up. Once again, an afterplant, but this time 4 versus 4, and they do have a belt of utility on JamYoung that can make things a little easier, perhaps. Come on, show us a successful retake. There has not been many.
Here we go. HE's landing on new box. Doesn't quite kill. There we go. JamYoung finishes. Kaze with another. Time, though, is dwindling, and with just Kaze, not going to be enough. They did fall buy into that round. Put all their chips in red. And it's turned up black. This is great for Wings Up. They're loving life.
Yeah. I mean, they're breaching bomb sites. They're holding their spots as well in the after plant. And when I say...
Give some credit to Gas as well. He has opened up a good few rounds. He's been great.
I mean, just the entries in general for Wings Up have looked, I mean, on par with the kind of competition that you want to see for a spot for Chengdu. Thought Wings Up might be a little out of their caliber, and maybe they win on low buy rounds more than they'll win on full buys since the turn of the half. Wings Up down to one man standing after the carnage on Banana, and only on 1 HP as well. A 1 versus 3 doesn't seem likely. He'll have to run through a smoke, and he has enemies rather on the other side. So a 6-6 half. It is recovered slightly here from TYLOO. We'll see how things turn in the second after a break.
Back on us for a second, hopefully not for long. The admins did a stellar job, and yet again, they're rusing us. They're saying it's not ready when it is ready. Come on, guys.
Yeah, they're too good at their job. They're like, oh wait, technical issue, and we're straight away.
I know, it's like a Formula 1 pit stop. They're just in there. Bang, bang, bang. Tires changed. Side swapped. 6 apiece. And, you know, you might be just showing up thinking, TYLOO, they're doing pretty well. It's Wings Up's map pick. No, this game started 4-0 for them. And Wings Up have been on a tear. I'm feeling good about Dangerous here. Right up until he takes a bullet to the cranium.
Yeah. Great flash to facilitate aumaN taking that space and keeping Wings Up a little concerned about that B bomb site, but they rotated a player away. Gas now spotting a player inside of the apartment, so he's called his teammate back. Flying was already en route, but he'll now cement in playing 2-2 on the split. So there will be vulnerabilities to this setup, but Wings Up will have to try and fight and get some information at some point. Fighting a man down in this particular instance will not do.
This is so awkward. This is so awkward. The site has been traded. I think this is good for TYLOO. aumaN's in underpass. Just about looped out before he's caught. Bomb goes down. After plan's established, aumaN is being so annoying. Here into a second mid. Just needs to stay alive. And make it awkward here on the retake. What have we got? 2 site, 1 is in pit. aumaN looping back in towards apartments now. He can play spoiler at the end, surely. Time is dwindling. No kits on this defensive side. And the crossfire is looking oh so good. Mercury being a menace on the site. Great after plant. And a much needed pistol just to stabilize if you're TYLOO.
Just positionally, TYLOO had so many weird ways that they had, you know, contingency plans to win the round. You talked about aumaN and how he was keeping himself alive, you know, just being a nuisance. Wings Up wanted to find that man, and they spent a lot of time, chewed up a lot of the clock because of it. But, yeah, just not being able to deal with JamYoung inside the pit. He's a man who gets 3 kills out of that pistol round. Some nice clean shooting. Been leading the way here for TYLOO as well, but they could really use some stability coming into the second half, given the struggles, honestly, that they had coming out of the first.
Yeah, that was their best site defense of the game, and it's on T side.
Yeah, bar the opening 4 rounds, it really got messy.
It's been scrappy. I mean, it's not been a great showing. Let's be honest for TYLOO here yet on Inferno, but they're in the game. They've just won pistol. For my money, it is a slightly T-sided map, especially in CS2, especially online. So, you know, we're saying maybe we expect a little bit more, but frankly, they're still in this game. And it might still be enough. This round, we're not expecting much, are we? It is a stack for Wings Up. First kill goes their way. Make it 2. Oh no, TYLOO. Are they going to commit to this? Molly goes mid-site. Forces readjustments, but there's still so many players here, and 1 Galil recovered on gas. This is so awkward. Players don't know where to look. Kaze's just on a pair of Julies, and this is falling apart. 1 player left, and that is a catastrophe. Doesn't do it justice. That's a nightmare for TYLOO.
Tragic. Just seeing these players fly out and getting rinsed by the stack of Wings Up. You know, they didn't have a contingency plan. There wasn't somebody still probing or containing the B-bomb site to take space once they realized it was a stack. There was kind of no way out from TYLOO's perspective, unless they turned tail and run, just gambled that there was nobody cutting them off at B. They were kind of forced to continue committing, and Wings Up fully punishing for it. TYLOO got away with a low buy round themselves, but Wings Up, that
felt
honestly,
like the more egregious bit, isn't it? Oh yeah. My.
This one was worse.
I wonder if they had bad entry flashes or something, because I don't care if you're stacking. When you're just USPs, players moving quickly, all the odds are against you, and then some. Questions to be asked of TYLOO. Might catch Child King, though, in the open. There he goes. Still 2 more players on the defense, though, on this side. Smoke goes down. Is TYLOO going through? Yes, they are. Up on oranges, out of bullets. Mercury trades. And now it's just gas behind New Box. First found. Players are low. Mercury pistol out. Advin's looking the wrong way. And look at that. Excellent first half from Gas. Had a 4K earlier. And might be about to make it a second. Flash ineffective. Bomb scooped up. A little bit of a tap. This is so dicey for both players. Bad smoke. Goes the way of flying. This is madness here on the second half.
Gotta give it to Gas. I mean, yeah, those 3 kills. You know, he's someone that doesn't go check towards the back of the bomb site. They kill 2B. And, you know, he gets those 3 kills and then some. You know, being able to get so much damage onto JamYoung at the end there just made the final duel that much harder for JamYoung in his clutch attempt. But they had a good read on what Wings Up would do after the smoke was down, them just sort of tucking inside the corner and all swinging together. understood exactly what Wings Up were likely to look for on this banana control and punished for it, but it's got a deagle in JamYoung's hands, and he's found a victim already. Late Molotov out from flying, and the AWP recovered by Mercury. Don't tell me another round like could just happen. Mercury does have space on the bomb site, does have the bomb coming his way as well, and so he's secured a bit of a perimeter with this AWP that Kaze will now have in his hands.
Let's have it. Let's have it. Why not? Plenty of crazy rounds already transpired, and this would be another Mercury nade lands. Kaze found around the smoke. It's just aumaN. Glock 35 HP. Is there even a rifle to be scooped? It's all the way out towards Porch. And he might not make it that far. Down he goes. Wings Up are on a knife edge, man. If they lose one of these, they have no money. It's back in TYLOO's favor. Knife edge stuff.
Yeah, I mean, we looked at the first 4 rounds for this game, and, you know, TYLOO were dismantling Wings Up. They weren't even getting close to the bomb sites. You know, there was that one round on a low buy where they lost too many players to Glocks. But aside from that, you know, it's very clean. The start of this half for Wings Up has been chaotic. I mean, the pistols are getting way too much ground. Like you said, they're on a knife's edge. At some point, they could be a team that take a turn for the worse if one of these close rounds just gets converted by TYLOO. Now that we're on guns, Wings Up have been the better performing team on these types of buys. See if that maintains coming into the second half. See, they're much more willing to contest for banana as well on Wings Up. TYLOO very infrequently faced there. aumaN gave it a peek once or twice, but was punished for it, so, you know, he got humbled and was sent back into the bomb sites.
This is a bad time to be leaning 3B if you're Wings Up. TYLOO are grouping. They're going to apps pop soon, surely. They are both sight, but there's only 2 here. The reinforcements are a long way out. These 2 have to do work. Gas up first. So awkward as Mercury gets the trade. Not sure who was first in, but that was some kaze if I've ever seen seen it. Perfect stuff. TYLOO crack it wide open.
Yeah, strafed right underneath, and not a whole lot the gas could do to track him. The first flash actually missing as well. You know, it might have been the same flash they tried to use against those USPs that failed so hard, but even with the players unblinded, still isn't enough. Nice little foray here for Mercury. Man, you're putting a little bit of a magnifying glass on. Definitely.
He brings the heat, man.
Yeah.
He brings the heat.
A player that you want to see perform on the T side. I'd say, you know, more so than CT. I feel like you've got a lot of safety nets. Advent's not totally dead weight on CT sides. Feels like sometimes, you know, he's just not really in good positions to do much on T sides. You know, he's the one throwing a lot of the supportive utility instead of, you know, some other in-game leaders that are willing to be the entry man. Advent's usually at the back of the pack.
When you talk through Mercury as a player, he is aggressive, he's mechanically strong, he likes to take duels, he's got confidence. It's T-side CS2 with an AK in your hand. It should be prime for this man. And we've seen it with plenty of other players, the donks of the world. Lots of other aggressive riflers coming good.
Yeah, big up flit.
Yeah, it's Mercury's time. Obviously phenomenal in Go. In those sort of roles, in those sort of duels, but domestically against some of these players, online as well, I'm expecting big things on this T side from that man.
We'll see if there are even frags to find.
This buy is a little bizarre from Wings Up because a couple of them have gone all in, but Gas has just gone MP9 and armor. Interesting. Not sure what the plan is here.
Yeah. Succeeding on the save, so trying to buy around it in some capacity, but still have lingering funds for maybe a 2 rounds from now kind of buy. It's the best that I can pull together.
I suspect Akham's Razor Just not quite on the same page with how they're investing. Tends to be. So a lot of this in the first half from TYLOO when they are on the defense. Take a bit of banana control and then sit passive and lean 4A. And the stack looks right, doesn't it?
Yep.
Bomb is here. 5 players in attendance for TYLOO. Gas here can play anti-flashes. Flying can take contact. The weaponry might not be perfect when you've got this many numbers. That is hard work to chew through. Molly is good. JamYoung is flying. But frags instead going the way of Wings Up. Great defense. A little bit awkward, I guess, at first. But with this many bodies, Mercury needs a miracle.
Good for a couple of kills, but not much more than that. TYLOO, once again, trying to go for this burst out of the apartments. And it almost felt like, you know, a knee-jerk, too many flashes now versus the time that they were up against USPs. You know, it's the same building of the round, but this time there's one too many flashes. JamYoung on the entry gets caught by the second flash, which matters more when the CTs are recovering from the first one, and so they're not blind when JamYoung is. You know, it feels like it just kind of breaks down from the entry there on.
I think you have to question the macro a little bit too. I mean, they'd given banana control over to Wings Up, and they hadn't seen enough nades to justify that it was a freebie opening, I don't think, and it was quite slow. They came out of apartments, so you add it all together and it doesn't quite mesh, doesn't quite look right. And the last thing they need is to come into a round like this, lose the first kill, already used a lot of nades, trying to take banana. Wings Up still getting aggressive. They're playing very frisky, charging up close. Kaze through the molly is traded. Very overzealous. Another kill for Marek. Risk can't connect, so maybe a bomb plant, but still a man advantage for Wings Up.
Yeah, a couple of favors maybe being given over to TYLOO by them playing forward. 2 versus 3, and no smokes that can help buy more time, but the flashes make it a little awkward. But they're still trying to set Risk up with this AWP. I'll get him a little bit more clearance out from construction, but a recovered smoke in from banana that gives Mercury an extra place where he can plant his feet for this post plant. JamYoung is sectioned off, and so Mercury's fighting and doing a damn good job of it. A couple kills, and Risk trying his best round that side of that smoke. JamYoung spots him, and just he cannot connect on this AWP. It gets awkward, and it's a little bit strenuous on this retake, but TYLOO hold their ground, and they're one right behind Wings Up for that double-digit scoreline.
Mercury is starting to come alive. JamYoung's been more consistent over the map, but Mercury on the T side has done some good work. And Wings Up, man advantage, and you said it, they just kept pounding the top of banana, trying to get aggressive, and ultimately they fed the flames a little bit too much, didn't they?
King almost did Kaze a favor throwing the smoke onto the Molotov that Kaze was burning to bits in. So some awkward timing. A little bit of a misread on what TYLOO were up to. Even though it
changed the face of this game, and that was driver's seat stuff for Wings Up. They convert that round. Not anymore.
Always seems a little ambitious when that P250 is swinging towards top banana, let alone full blind while doing it, but tried to set up for Gas, who only gets his one. Still Child King around this side of the site, though. Trying to beat them before that smoke balloons, but no one's showing much skin. Well, there are a whole lot of Molotovs over on this B-bomb side. Do not want to have it happen again, and they're going to blow the smoke that's half the mouth of B. That's perfect. A nice little double kill there from JamYoung. A nice idea to make sure these pistols couldn't get up to any tricks around these smokes. Should be a clean round from here on out for TYLOO.
Yeah, I've seen a little too many shenanigans for one game. Finally, TYLOO.
Can't entice with a few more.
Yeah, I'm lying. I want to see some more. I just want to, you know, jinx it the other way. Reverse psychology. Is it fair to say that TYLOO are just finding ways to stay in this game? I really don't think they're playing their best Counter-Strike at the moment, but At some point, we've got to give them credit. They're still going on their opponent's map pick.
I think this might just be a case where I think tactically, Wings Up have actually shown us a more... It feels more orchestrated on their T side. Like, these rounds from TYLOO do feel a little bailed out by the performance of Mercury and JamYoung, which is kind of what you're saying. And this is the problem that you have coming up against some of the top-level teams within the region, is that, yeah, they actually do just have some of the best players in the region on those teams. So, try as you might have good macro, you might make some good decisions, but you cannot shoot them. Sometimes it will come as close as this. It's been a late awakening here for Mercury. That feels like it has been the difference maker. Part of the reason TYLOO are helping get their feet. Otherwise, Wings Up could have sailed off into the sunset with Snap Pick.
Yeah, and I think on the flip side, I don't want to point too many fingers, but Risk was having a great first half at times, and maybe hasn't had the AWP so much here on the defense, maybe hasn't had the setup from his team to get in position, but I don't think I've seen a great deal out of the CT AWP just yet. Here on the defense. Opener here goes on the Child King. Really hasn't got his teeth into this game, has he, as of late? And TYLOO really pumping the brakes here. They don't want to take any risks. They know win this round, there's no cash in reserve. You're ever so close to converting this map.
A little nerve-wracking here for Gas now as well, playing the half-wall with the A1S, but setting up for the flash that will allow him some information. That will send TYLOO packing right back over towards the brackets they go, and they're going to try and send it straight into this A play.
Two in defense, flying's tucked in towards cold. Crossfire should be good. First man goes down, flying's doing a lot of good work. aumaN in the end fells the beast. 3 on 2 though, bomb planted, no nades on the defense. Maybe there's a kit to be scooped. But with Kaze and Pit and no mollies to flush him out, no HE grenades. I think this is far too much to ask. These rifles are of value too. Good kill. That's nice from Gas. Maybe this is on. Advent though has other ideas, and this crossfire, they can play off each other's contact, is so awkward. There's no kit. This round surely is done. There it is. 11 for TYLOO. Now they're in the driver's seat.
Yeah, may not have a lot of kills, Advent, but that was a very important one onto short. Only his 5th added to the tally, but by forcing it into that 2 versus 1, yeah, the crossfire a little too much to handle. Feels like TYLOO made a very good call this time over. It doesn't feel like we've had a lot of clean decision-making from TYLOO thus far. And now, as soon as they started that round, I mean, 5 versus 4, they identified that there's 2B, descending into the A play, where they know just as well as Wings Up how hard that site is to hold. With few men, they'd often go for the 4-man stack. Wings Up have investigated that idea themselves on CT. Yeah, now Wings Up in with a pretty piss-poor buy. Kind of banking on playing for the overtime instead.
Here we go, full exact, long ramp nades down. Are we going through this smoke? Mercury's ready! Thank God there's a trade. That could have got ever so dangerous. It is a kill for flying, but he's the only man here. He's the only man. How is he still doing damage? Can't believe he stayed alive that long. But if we just get the bomb down here, establish some after plants, it shouldn't be too scary just yet.
There's a couple of rifles that they can maybe recover en route to the bomb site, though. Smoke as well that will deny some information here for JamYoung. This is still very much on here for Wings Up. This recovered rifle in Child King's hand. Call on JamYoung to try and stop him emerging out of the apartment, but Child King finds his frag, and it's so much damage in from Advent. Kaze flashed up. The util's great. They're overwhelmed and swarmed by Wings Up. It's not a 12th for TYLOO. They were against an upgraded buy in pistols, but Wings Up succeeding in overturning one of these rounds. It's karma. It all swings in roundabouts.
Just something nagging in my head saying a team of TYLOO's pedigree should be the more consistent against the lower buys. They should have the better fundamentals. And I mean, the story of this game is we see great spark, we see great individual rounds from TYLOO, JamYoung and Mercury doing so much work to keep them in this T side. But where's the killer instinct to finish this off? 2 rounds to go. Full 24 is going to be required. Maybe more. And well, that would be a heck of a day for TYLOO. We end up in even more overtimes on Inferno.
Yeah. And because of that round, like, TYLOO's next buy, if they don't succeed here, is worse than what Wings Up would have had to offer in their last round of the game. So in a lot of ways, now Wings Up favored to close on Inferno.
Are we going through? There's a lot of players here in brackets.
Did it last
Low
time.
smoke is down. Counter molly is good. Hold up. Advent's through. That's the bomb. Flash is good. 2 for gas. Bomb spotted. Rotates coming. This looks great for Wings Up.
Yeah, chance there for Kaze as well to siphon off that player on the rotate, but worse for wear on, honestly, both the players, and they're trying to play it cool and safe from here on out. Mercury's not exactly healthy enough to go out swinging, challenging for that player inside of spawn, so they're a little trapped. They would love an option, an escape path, but Kaze, what is that? Full running on the second kill, and Mercury finally activating on that rotationary player. They were at a deficit, but now they hold an advantage. Health not great, but Marek, the in-game leader, now having to clutch back here for Wings Up. Said this was a must-win here for TYLOO, and they may have just found a solution. A miraculous set of frags from Kaze, and now that Mercury's identified where Marek's coming from, Kaze has him locked in. A triple for Kaze at a key moment for TYLOO.
Can you believe it? That transfer was something else, be it skill or honestly divine intervention at that point. My God. This is what it's taken for TYLOO. They are winning some bonkers rounds to stay in this game. They're in the lead now in a great position. And I almost feel bad for Wings Up. They're doing so much right.
Yeah.
Even a lot of people will look at them and say, why are they playing out in the open on short? It's because they know that there's a player in library that could shoot them in the back. Yes, maybe they could have played a little bit safer on site, but I don't necessarily hate the aggression. And it's one bullet from Kaze that flips, honestly, this entire series. What an opportunity for TYLOO to salvage this map.
They may limp across the finish line, but they may cross the finish line still yet. What a spam from Child King. Basically got a secondary kill, and he'll even convert on aumaN, who was a healthy player. Kaze finally putting a stop to the antics. But they are walking wounded. They just came off of a, 5 OTs against the Mongols on Inferno. Straight into this best of 3 where Wings Up snap pick into it. And they could be destined for yet more OTs. See whether TYLOO have some extra souls. It's going to be JamYoung that has to do most of the heavy lifting, you'd imagine. Kaze and Advent just so wounded. So vulnerable. And with SMGs around the corner, would not favor his chances. Flying, revealing how close he is to the apartment, and his teammate playing underneath him. No chance for a trade, but Advent goes out swinging. JamYoung floored, and now Kaze just a sitting duck. Wings Up, get us to overtime, and TYLOO simply cannot close.
They just can't close. End of on Inferno today. What are we up to now? We are entering round 79 for TYLOO today on Inferno. That is ridiculous.
Oh.
And of course, a lot of those being overtimes, the number of gun rounds has got to be 50 plus. That's a lot of Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
For one day. I
And
don't want to be the coach reviewing all of those.
Yeah, and I know they're on the other side of the world, but, you know, it feels like the day's only just started. And that's how... And I wouldn't want to wake up to that many rounds of Inferno, no less. That's where TYLOO find themselves, and Wings Up, an immediate change of pace. An immediate change of face as well, going into the overtime. Mercury floored, and honestly gobsmacked at the aggression. ChildKing as well, pincering them in at Banana. And there's just no escape. aumaN taking some sanctuary via the smokes, but finally spammed up, and only Advent that remains, only for a moment's notice. Wings Up, a lovely change going into the overtime.
Where was that in regulation? So many rounds for both teams, frankly, in regulation was maybe we'll take banana control or contest brackets a little bit, but ultimately we're sitting on the sites. Wings Up there said, we've got a good mid spawn. Let's take this.
Yeah.
Let's take this. Let's get nades on banana. Let's make them uncomfortable. And clearly, TYLOO caught a little bit off guard. Here we go. Round number 2. Double AWP on the defense. They've thrown the kitchen sink at this. None of this was in regulation.
Didn't always feel like they had the stability to even investigate it, to be in fairness, but how was overtime? You don't have to work for this cash. It's just simply given to you. Yeah, they're letting their hair down a little bit. Nice little util combo to force ChildKing back, wielding that secondary AWP. Of course, Risk or V, the main AWPer for the squad. ChildKing's trying to invigorate himself as well. The B hits were deadly for Wings Up when they were on the attack. And TYLOO may try and throw the exact same thing over their direction, especially now that they know that there's an AWP in play.
Gotta save this flash, ChildKing. Gotta do something to help Marek on the site. Here we go. Front side smoke for TYLOO. Deep CT smoke. Gonna wrap ruins. So much on ChildKing right now. Lock down this avenue. Gets the first. Everybody else is channeling towards the site proper. This smoke to the left side of New Box is buying so much time. Marek is still alive. Gets one. Tucks in. ChildKing starts to fight. It's very hectic. But every second that's burnt is another nail in the coffin. There it is. 14 for Wings Up. A new lease of life here in overtime.
Honestly, a beautiful reaction from Wings Up as well. You know, TYLOO threw the first smoke towards coffins. I think they're expecting a reaction, maybe anticipating Molotovs, HEs. When none of that comes, they decide to go for that execute. And you saw the immediate recognition there from ChildKing about what the intention was for TYLOO. A front side smoke, you know, being able to get all that util down, but no one actually breaching the bomb site the more traditional way. And Marek just sort of keeping himself alive with that one smoke. The reactions were honestly flawless, I feel, between those two players on the B site. Something that TYLOO never found an adjustment to when it came to those hits.
Yeah, and on the flip side, we criticised a lot of TYLOO's defenses all the way back in the first half, saying, where are the protocols? Maybe watch that round back from Wings Up and learn a thing or two. TYLOO need a T round. 0-3. Surely too much to ask. We had even scores in regulation. What's this going to be from TYLOO? We saw a lot of these apps pops, didn't we? A lot of rounds up short. So many set plays. It's 4 on A right now for Wings Up. Granted, only 2 towards the site itself, but those rotates can be ever so fast. Feels like this exec is primed to go. Aggression from Risk. That is good information too. These 4 players are not going to be moving now. Mercury trying to isolate a duel. Does get it. But there's so many in defense. Trades are pretty decent. But coming from a man deficit, it does leave kaze in a 1-on-2.
Does have a smoke, so can section off these angles, and quickly revealing himself was ChildKing on his flank, so he knows close short is an issue. Kaze in immediate face. Caught the reload, but spammed up. Crouching behind those barrels doesn't offer a whole lot of cover, and it will be 3 straight from Wings Up coming into the overtime. They straighten their laces, and they come in flawless.
What a map from Gas. He started off that first half supremely well. He's had so many big multi-kill rounds, pivotal moments where he holds Wings Up in it. That was yet again another most frags on the server, and that is saying something when JamYoung is playing this well, when Mercury spooled up in that second half. But it's Gas that's looking like the best player in the here and now. One more required. It's been a fight. It's been a slog. They've had to fight so hard for this wings up.
Yeah.
And now 3 chances back to back to put TYLOO on the ropes.
Thought they could be vulnerable coming into this game. Wings up, you know, prospects for other tournaments aren't very high. And TYLOO certainly come in as one of the favorites between them and the Mongols. That's how you'd anticipate this qualifier to run, but Wings Up could already throw a bit of a spanner in the works. A map that TYLOO are more than comfortable on. Well, they played so many repetitions of it earlier on, you thought they might come in with a little bit of extra quality to them, but it's far from it. Wings Up doing a great job of punishing that throughout this game, even though we end up in overtime. They could just close. Great flash here from TYLOO. A bit of aggression, but aumaN caught with an HE. The immediate frag there from Mark. Now ChildKing trying to take up that space. Quick flash in, but ChildKing caught by it. Still those A players on TYLOO, not flinching, not moving a muscle, and they're right not to do so. Wings Up not committing with it, but ChildKing left on the lurk. Trying to prove a
This fight is so big. It's so big.
Oh, can we get eyes on ChildKing? They're
Bomb's
running.
going to commit, though. They are going to go in towards A. Kaze is nearby.
He's going to call them back.
Oh, he's called them back. Yeah, you're right. Okay. This is getting very exciting. There's actually no CT smoke for Wings Up. The cross could get a bit frisky if Kaze can get on the angle. Oh, this is about to get very exciting.
Oh, ChildKing's got to get this kill quick. Oh, what? They hard clear. They just fight towards spawn. They don't wait for ChildKing to get into position, but they got exactly what they were waiting for. ChildKing's lurk, netting them a free B bomb site. And Wings Up Gaming taking it over TYLOO in the first map in the series. They pick into Inferno, and they came in with a purpose.
That was great. I mean, they clearly had no idea ChildKing had lurked. And I was so nervous for them on the cross, but Kaze just walks into the ruins line having no idea. Wow. I mean, what a map. Wing...